Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official start of the Codex orientation. Today, we're going to go over what's expected on the very beginning part of this journey. So, on this page, which is the course homepage, your initiation has already begun. The simple intention of wanting to go on this journey was enough to start the domino effect of all of the dominoes that were knocked over being picked back up in a way that makes sense. So it has already begun. This is what comes next. Now, this page just kind of breaks down what to expect in terms of daily, weekly, and how to set up your codex. We also go into how to begin. So you do need to choose something for your codex. This is available on Amazon. You do not need it, but I do suggest graph paper. That's my first suggestion. I just feel like it leaves the most room for creative expression. You can use little boxes, but there's still lines to write. Also, choose your space. Is it going to be your office? Is it going to be your bedroom? Is it going to be your living room? Set a space or set an intention. If I feel this way, I'll go outside. If I feel this way, I'll go inside. Have some kind of plan. Also, your intention, which we will go over in the orientation section, how to set your official intention. And then just make space internally and externally. Disregard anything that is a distraction and focus fully on pouring into you right now. Keep that commitment to you. Okay, so now we're going to go over here to the orientation module. Now, Codex framework. This includes a 44-minute video at the end in which I explain all the framework, but this page, if you follow it, you'll know that you at least saw everything, because there is a lot of things that are optional that are there because I know that some people will resonate with tarot spreads, some people will resonate with creating a playlist. Some will resonate with both. That's why everything is there. You don't have to feel like you need to do everything. Think of it like a mall for your soul, okay? You can go in certain stores and you can appreciate other stores. That doesn't mean you have to go in them. Some you can window shop. Same concept here. If it suits your journey, pick it up. If not, leave it on the shelf for someone else. This page shows you where everything is and what everything is so that you can look at it and decide what's for you and what's not, what stores you want to go in, essentially. Now we come down to the, again, this is kind of like a breakdown of the page that we saw before. Prepare how to begin, but this one goes in a little bit deeper of the structure and why this is designed in the way that it is from a psychological standpoint as well. If you've heard of the 75 Hard program, this kind of talks about how this concept of the Codex got some inspiration from the 75 Hard program in terms of structure, in terms of how to get the brain on board with change that can seem scary, but is also desired. So this is why it's broken down in the way that it is. And then if you go to the bottom here, there is the Blueprint proof copy in which you can download book 1 of the Blueprint trilogy as it exists in paperback and hardback copy. It's page for page the exact same thing. So if you're talking to a friend about the course and you say, oh, I checked out this page, they can go to the exact same page because that's the proof copy. Then we have the orientation transmission that you can listen to before you begin the journey. We're going to listen to this now because I'm doing this journey with you. So what you'll do is you'll click on this. Before we really begin, I want you to know something. The moment you said yes to this journey, something inside of you shifted. Even if nothing looks different yet, the blueprint has already started rearranging itself. Your life has already begun adjusting to the version of you that will walk out on the other side of this initiation. And that's what this is. It's not a class, not a collection of lessons, an initiation, a passageway that your soul wrote long before you ever arrived here. Over the next 3 months, or however long you would like to take to complete this course, we're going to move through layers of your story that most people never stop to look at. We're going to trace the architecture beneath your patterns, beneath your pain, your choices, and your becoming. We're going to walk through 7 powerful gateways that mirror the soul's descent and return. Death, rebirth, and remembrance. Not as ideas, but as lived experience. Your lived experience. This isn't a quick fix. This isn't something that you can binge in a weekend and walk away from unchanged. This is work that will meet you on levels that you can't think your way through. It will meet you in the body, in the nervous system, in the unconscious places where old stories still whisper who you're not allowed to be and who you are. And the deeper you choose to show up for it, the deeper the rewiring will go. What I want you to remember from the start is that you're not broken. And there's nothing to fix. That's not what we're doing here. The Codex is not about turning you into someone new. It's about remembering what has always been beneath the layers. The original blueprint you came here with. Before the programming and the survival patterns were written all over it. It's about walking back into the intelligence that was there all along and learning how to read it. You're going to hear me use words like descent and death, and I want to explain what I mean. This isn't about loss. It's about surrendering the false identities and the expired stories that have kept you circling in the same loops. It's about shedding the masks that you built to be loved or to be safe or to be enough. It's about letting old scripts fall so that something more true can emerge. The descent is not a fall, it's a return. And this course is built to guide you through that return in a deliberate rhythm. Every week follows a structure, and this structure is designed to move you from awareness into embodiment. You'll begin with the opening transmission, a soul-level message that is meant to set the tone and prime your subconscious mainly for the work ahead. Then you'll move into the core teaching where we unpack the deeper psychology and the spiritual mechanics behind that stage of the journey. And from there, you'll work with the daily micro practices. These are small intentional actions that are designed to shift your patterns through repetition and through presence. Alongside of those, you'll also have the reprogramming audios. These are short voice transmissions that I've channeled to speak directly to the deeper levels and layers of your mind and your energy field. These are like software updates for the soul. They're meant to gently rewire the code beneath the conscious story. And then once a week, you'll step into a deep dive ritual. This is like a ceremony that brings everything from the concept into the body, into the cells, into the nervous system, where real change takes root. And through it all, you'll be building your Blueprint Codex. This is a sacred manuscript of your story, your revelations, your remembering. Each week, you'll write a new page, and by the end, You'll hold a living record of your transformation. It's not a workbook full of answers. It's a book written by your own hand that documents the story of who you've become. You can use a simple blank journal for this, or you can build your codex inside of a binder. The Blueprint Codex structure is designed similarly to the 75 Hard program. This is a mental toughness challenge that's built on daily action. That program reshapes how people think about discipline and identity by requiring consistent external effort. The Blueprint Codex does something similar, but from the inside out. It's a 12-week initiation for the soul, built to rewire your internal architecture through daily energetic, emotional, and reflective practices. Each part of this course serves a different psychological function. The opening transmissions speak to the subconscious, shifting your internal narrative. The core teachings give your conscious mind a framework to work with. The micro practices build new neural pathways through repetition. The rituals anchor the work into your body, and the manuscript milestones integrate all of that into something tangible. None of it is random. Every piece is part of the blueprint. But unlike 75 Hard, this isn't about being rigid or any external pressure. It's about presence. It's about showing up for yourself consistently and honestly, even if that doesn't mean every single day. It's not about how fast you move. It's about how deeply you engage. The discipline here isn't about forcing yourself to push through. It's about staying present with what's rising until it transforms. It's about not abandoning yourself when the work gets uncomfortable, because it will. That's part of it. This course will train your awareness to stop being the product of old programming and become the author of its own narrative. It will teach your subconscious to update the outdated scripts and your nervous system to remain stable inside of discomfort. And when you walk out the other side, it won't just be your habits that changed. Your entire internal operating system will be different. You will see yourself and your story through a completely new lens. If you take one thing from this orientation, let it be this: the blueprint is already within you. This course is simply the process of remembering how to read it. It's already in there. Every exercise, every ritual, every page of your codex is a doorway back to the original intelligence that was already written into your soul. And when you begin to live from that place, the external story starts to shift to match the internal one. You are not here to be fixed. You are here to remember. You're not here to chase the life you want. You're here to remember the self who wrote that into being. And the moment you stop running from the ache and start listening to the message inside of it, everything begins to change. So breathe. You've already crossed the threshold. From here on, this is just the work of returning. Not to something new, but to what has always been yours. Your story is about to change forever, because this time, you're the one writing it. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this first piece. This is everything you need up until this point. You will want to read through this page. Basically, we covered everything, but you'll want to give it a read through and prepare these steps, your space internally, externally, your plan, and all of that. And then we're going to go into part 2.